Yo, 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 what is up, everybody? Chris here from Fake Sports News, back at it again with another video. Today I'm going to be bringing you guys a quick preview of what to expect today during Saturday's matches, as well as a recap of what happened last night during Friday's matches. Okay, so yesterday was pretty crazy. The Ultra came out and 3-0'd the Ravens, who I thought were going to win 3-1 yesterday. Not really too sure what happened with the Ravens, but they just didn't look as good as they have really throughout the rest of the stage. So not really too sure what the takeaway there was. I think maybe Paul or somebody said they were sick, so maybe it's just something that should be thrown away, not really looked at too seriously. It was definitely an off performance for them given how great they've looked recently. But of course, that takes nothing away from the Ultra. The Ultra played really well. They were fundamentally very sound yesterday, and they looked like they fixed a lot of their key issues. So hats off to the Ultra. They played that very well. They deserve to win. But on the same token, I think that London didn't really play their game yesterday. They were just a little bit off, and it was kind of noticeable. Of course, in our second matchup of the day, our last one, we had the Los Angeles Guerrillas taking on Atlanta FaZe. And wow, it finally happened. FaZe finally lost. They are now 11-1. I was pretty sad. That was hard to watch. Yeah, didn't want to see them lose 6-0 on the game 5. They had absolutely no ice, and then map 4 they got blown out. It was bizarre. It was bizarre to see. They haven't looked beatable this year, and then in a series against LAG, a team who was like 0-3 going into this series, they lose. It was mind blowing, to quote Nameless. Um, yeah, so that series was interesting. LAG looked really good. Hopefully they can build on this and maybe continue that momentum going into the major. Knowing that you beat the team that's favored to win the major definitely does a lot for your overall confidence as a team. And it really tells them that, hey, even though we haven't had a good stage 2 so far, we can still turn things around and we can make some noise come the major. So I'm going to be looking at LAG as a dark horse going into the major just because of this performance. This is a really big performance. Contextually, beating the best team in the world when they're 11-0 really can do a lot for your momentum as a team, especially when you have 3 players like Silly, Assault, and of course Apathy, who are former world champs. If they get it going, then there's no telling what could happen. Same with Vivid. He's a very hungry young player, and I think this could be a real turnaround for LAG. So we'll see how this holds for them going forward. They have one more matchup this weekend, and we'll see how that goes. But a very interesting result. Wasn't expecting to see FaZe lose. I know they'll bounce back tomorrow, but it's definitely shocking to see nonetheless. Of course, looking ahead to today, of course, that being day 3 of the CDL Los Angeles Guerrillas home series. Well, the Guerrillas won at their home series, which is good for them, right? Forgot to mention that. But yeah, looking ahead to today, we have the Mutineers take on the Legion to kick things off. And personally, I see this going in favor of the Mutineers. They looked pretty good against Dallas. They put up a strong fight. And of course, like I said, they choked a few things here and there. Mentioned that in yesterday's video. Of course, the control kind of choked through that away a little bit. They had control, no pun intended. So I like their chances against a team like Paris. However, I do think Paris win map 3. There's potential for them to win map 2 as well. They've always been a pretty sound search and destroy team. They've had their struggles lately, but I think they'll probably get back to form there. As it stands, I favor them to take the map 3. But honestly, I don't know. Florida in control, they've been, I think, like on a tear lately. They were maybe 6-3. They're 6-3 now, I believe, in their last 9 control matches. Of course, they lost to Dallas recently, but going into that, I think they were 6-2. So I like them on map 3, actually. So I think the only realistic chance for the Legion is either to win the opening hardpoint, kind of stun stun the Mutineers, or win the S&D. But I don't see them winning the series. They've not really been in good form lately, and the Mutineers are finally starting to pull it together and heat up and correct a lot of their underlying issues. So I see that as a Florida 3-1. I'll be taking the minus 1.5 on that. And that leads me to our next match where we will see the Minnesota Rokkr taking on the Seattle Surge. Of course, I think that the Rokkr win this 3-2, as you guys can see on the screen. But anything can happen in this series. Seattle, of course, are going to be looking for a bounce back after that 3-0 loss to Optic. They, of course, started out the stage 2-1. And I think they're going to try to salvage at least some sort of decent finish for the stage before we go into our major, of course. Now, on the side of the Surge, I'm really not sure what to expect. They've been playing very well. Fundamentally, they have looked great. Their hard point has looked incredible. That's why I have them taking 2 maps. I think that they take a hard point, and I think that they might take a control somewhere in there. Rokkr looked a lot better on control, but Surge, I mean, they're a good respawn team. So I think that maybe they take the hard point, the opening hard point, and the control, or the opening hard point and the second hard point, but I don't see them beating Rokkr into search and destroys. And I think Rokkr take a respawn somewhere in this series. So that's why I have it as a 3-2 for Rokkr. But of course, anything could happen. Surge could 3-0 him. We don't know. Rokkr could 3-0 Surge. We don't know. So I'm going to play it safe with this one, take Minnesota money line, keep it moving. They're a new look team, and these new look teams, they show some cracks sometimes early on, and things happen. So I favor them to win 3-2, but I know it can be a pretty scrappy matchup, and it could go either way. Now, looking at our last matchup of the day, we have the New York Dubliners taking on Toronto Ultra. Personally, I think the Subliners take this one pretty comfortably. I think it's a 3-1 in their favor, and I think they continue the momentum that they've had really for the last few weeks, last month or so. They are clearly a top 4 team. They're currently top 3 in the rankings, and honestly, they've looked a lot better than Chicago lately in terms of their form and their consistency. So I like New York to win this one 3-1. I think they close it out here, and I think that would put them in the playoff hunt for sure. I think that might secure like a top 2 seed for them. I don't remember what their record is. I know they've lost a phase. I think they'd be finishing 4-1 if I'm right. But yeah, hopefully that goes well for the Subliners. I don't think the Ultra will beat them, which would mean that they would finish 2-3. A little bit disappointing. They started cooking a little bit too late, but you know, it is what it is. No Chef Zinni, no Winnie. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, guys, that'll just about wrap it up for me. In conclusion, I would say take -1.5 for the Florida Mutineers, -1.5 for the New York Subliners. You can take those as solos or as a parlay. I'm going to be taking them as a parlay personally because what the heck? Who cares? Throw a few shekels at it. I'm also going to be taking Moneyline Florida, Rokkr, and of course Subliners. So if you want to follow me, be sure to place your bets early in the day. Yesterday was pretty rough. I think we went 2-6 on calls. So yeah, hoping that doesn't happen again. But of course, day before we went 12-0. So what are you gonna do? You win some, you lose some. Yeah, guys, I'll just about wrap it up for me. Like I said, hope you guys have a great morning and noon or night wherever you may be on this beautiful planet. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe on this video if you enjoyed it. Share it with a friend if they are interested in the CDL, or if you just like hearing the sound of my voice. And I will catch you guys on the next video tomorrow, giving a preview of what to expect in Sunday's matches, as well as a recap of what happened today. So yeah, guys, hope you enjoy all the COD. And once again, this is Chris from Esports News signing off. Peace.